You know, I always say there ain't no rest for the wicked. However, 2-week hiatus got me feeling like Tagashi. However, excuses I come bearing. Look at my arm. Had a little bit of an accident, y'all, and TLDR, I'm doing alright. Health is in good shape. I'm just on the road to recovery right now, but I really appreciate you guys just taking a moment to, even ask me how I've been doing, if I'm alright, and, all those welcome wishes are welcome. However, my arm, this is my dominant one, so editing videos and the cleanliness of my edits and all that sort of junk, it might take longer, it might be a more arduous process, but I want to continue to do this. You know I love y'all, and you know I love Undead Unluck, and that's the reason we're here today. It's been way too long since we've talked this series, so let's kind of just get straight into it. 133, Rimuru, without further ado, could you drop it? Two things. If you want me to cover chapters 132 and 131, let me know. Could definitely share some thoughts and how I felt about those, because some of the most pivotal, craziest, and beautiful chapters we've ever had of Undead Unluck. And second, drop a like, a comment, subscribe if you're new. Undead Unluck content, kaiju content, a lot of different series on the channel, and I'm doing it with a broken arm. So our introduction to Fuuko in Loop 2 actually comes about in Showa era Japan, 1972, as Fuuko comes across a young Akira Kuno. This individual, who we know becomes Ano-un in the previous loop, is actually saved right here because Fuuko picks up that G-liner pen before he ever gets his hands on it. And I absolutely loved this scene because you can just tell how smart of an individual Akira Kuno is, and it kind of translates to the same way he acts as an adult through, Ano-un. He's just a very inquisitive kid, a very smart and quick-witted one, and just kind of, is snappy enough to shoot the back with Fuuko right here. Fuuko says, I need this pen, and tries to even explain to him everything which she's holding back from him. This, becoming a negator, everything that happened in the past loop, blah, 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 blah. And that's all that Akira's hearing, because he's like, why would I believe any of this nonsense? This sounds like a story straight out of a manga, and all I want is that pen. He thinks that, I'm gonna be a mangaka when I grow up, and those are the pen that the big boys use, so let me get my hands on that guy. However, Fuuko just continuously is like, alright. I gotta do something to teach this kid. There's only one thing Fuuko can do to show Akira that reality's crazier than fiction, and that's just to kind of show him that, this side of the world is real. And what she does to do that is call forth Uma Move. And with Uma Move, they move forth to Canada. It's a cool little situation because this is where they actually first met in the previous loop back in autumn. However, another cool thing I thought was just the fact that Fuuko is able to now control Uma Move. Uma Move usually only listens to the person who's the number one at the Union HQ, so it's kind of cool that, our new captain, our new boss, the beacon of hope, already got her hands wrapped around the whole process. Now Akira will listen to Fuuko. He's not just sitting here believing that you stole this pen from me because you're a terrible woman. He understands that no, all this stuff about negators and Umas and yada 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 has gotta be true. And they have this conversation on that same bench out there that's very interesting to me. Although our first interaction with Fuuko came about in 1972, we get confirmation that she did still jump forward to the 1800s, so it's not like she skipped any of that time that Jules said that she was going to come back to. She came back still around the 1800s, and it just kind of begs this question. She's been around for 190 years, Andy's been, planning with her since back then, and if we had to save everybody, did we save Abe Lincoln? But we also learned how Fuuko was able to save Akira. A mysterious caption alluding to the moment Akira gained his ability was left in his manga to you from me. And the date on that was April 11th at 5 p.m., 1972, and it was at a location which any fan of the manga would know. And although it didn't end up being that exact date, Fuuko waited out there, and I assume it's every single day of 1972, to ensure that she was there at the moment that Akira went to grab that pen. And wow, once again, just showing the resolve that she has in order to, get this whole task done. She is our captain, and she really is hard-boiled enough to do it all. She's taking on all of these burdens and just ensuring in any way that she can in her own power, that she's going to fix these wrongs. I love it. I love you, Fuuko. But obviously Akira didn't hear a single part of that previous conversation aside from the fact that, wait, I'm gonna be a famous mangaka someday? I felt little bro, but it kind of continues that conversation until we figure out what those motivations are for Fuuko. What's making her drive so hard to, right these wrongs? Just doing it all alone because we haven't even seen her with Andy yet. And we learn that Andy and her haven't met up this loop. That her beacon of hope and her haven't had any semblance of communication outside of one instance. Upon Fuuko's arrival post-looping, she was met with a note from Andy. I do for you, you do for me. We do for the union. Can you do it, partner? And this is a cute little thing because it's kind of like, honestly, some Naruto and Sasuke type shit. Fuuko is, the regular Hokage, trying to meet up with all of these individuals, build the perfect union, do everything on the surface which needs to get done. However, we have the Shadow Hokage, Sasuke Uchiha, sitting behind the scenes, and that's our boy Andy, fighting off individuals and, just accruing these artifacts, the other side of what we need to get done in order to know that we are in good standing to accomplish this task. And that, sadly enough, makes a lot of sense where we're at, because we don't have a million actors at this point. We don't have a large union in order to, get every single thing done. And we need to allocate our resources and our time as efficiently as possible because we only have one more chance to do this. And it's kind of crazy because it seems like more and more as we learn about it, God was waiting for us to get down to this last chance in order to potentially, because he doesn't think we're gonna do it, defeat him. So since Fuuko is trying to accomplish all of this on her own, and Andy's trying to accomplish all these other things on her own, she just tells Akira that, yeah, that's where I'm at, and it's not that crazy, but it's a bit of a selfish thing I'm doing. And Akira just kind of shoots back on that. She doesn't even realize the significance of what she's doing, and Akira tries to kind of exemplify that for her, telling her that I'm extremely thankful, that my mother will be thankful, that I am able to continue being me, that I'm not going to become unknown, un. And this has actually just cracked a smile on my face, because seriously, it doesn't matter how selfish it feels for you, Fuuko, you truly are doing something for the betterment of everybody, and Fuuko is the best freaking protagonist in Shonen Jump ever, history, scientist. But as Fuuko sends away the young Akira, he's got to go back to his mom for dinner time. Maybe he's gonna go write a manga called Undead. She starts a conversation with our boy Move. And this is a cool little conversation because we get, the full analysis of Fuuko's psyche at this point. What she is trying to accomplish between now and defeating God. After she intakes the memories from the G-liner pen, just because Akira wasn't the one who took those in, she comes to a crazy realization. We finally figure out some more information on the last sacred spirit treasure, the heart. And this is part of that whole thing I was mentioning about God kind of wanting it to get down to this last moment. Apparently the heart, just through what Fuuko was able to surmise, Victor and Jules have never seen it. There's no information on it, and we've never seen it in a past loop. It only comes out in the 101st loop. And this kind of pissed me off because I was like, wait, you knew we needed this. This is the key to defeating God. However, we can't get it until But I digress. So, we know that this is going to be the last thing we need, and we know it's going to be hard to attain. It's likely going to come from one of the quests that occurs very far down the timeline, so we're going to need to be very strong by that point. And in order to be strong, Fuuko must accrue the members to make a perfect union, and that's what she does. She lays out a legitimate roadmap. This shit had me bam 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 like Home Depot music. I was hyped. I was like, let's get to work, let's get to planning right here, because I fully felt Fuuko and what she was telling us. I'm picking up what she was putting down. This roadmap is interesting though. All the normal actors are in it, but there was one person who I thought was kind of crazy. Look in that top left and you will see our boy Run. Are we gonna save the boy, the vampire king? Who knows? That was dope, but that's the plan. we accrue the correct negators, we create the perfect union, we fight forward and fight and fight and fight until we have all the sacred spirit treasures, including that last kind of key for everything, the heart, and then we'll be able to fight God. And as Fuuko continues this path, accruing this perfect group, we're on to the next two. We just saved Akira, and now we're gonna go on to Nico and Gina. And dog, I really can't even express how fire Yoshifumi is. I hate to talk crap on other mangas, but there's nothing out like this right now, bro. I don't care if it's Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't care if it's My Hero Academia. Only thing I'm gonna say out there is above me is One Piece. But bro, other than One Piece, we're the heaviest hitter on the block right now, dude. Chapter after chapter, Yoshifumi Gotsuka doing it again and again. I absolutely love this series, and I love y'all. I appreciate you guys for just I imagine staying resilient, staying hungry for the videos, but not being too rude, because as you see, in not the best shape, and I'm trying to get better, but I want to continue this as I get better, because y'all make me happy, and it's good to stay happy when you're recovering from things. But Undead Unluck, let me know if you guys need any videos in the upcoming weeks about anything. I'm thinking about dropping some cool shit about that entire past loop, but hey, no promises on anything on timing, so hasta luego.